Okay, so let's start off with Otaku News Live. Welcome everyone, and with me this week is, as usual, but a little bit different. As usual, Miniman is here,
I'm alive.
and as unusual, we have for the first time this week, Lola-chan is with us.
Hello, hello, hello.
Hello, thanks for joining us, both of you. And we're going to start talking about the news here, starting with, let's talk a bit about some of the manga related news. Something that's kind of interesting cropping up is the number of iPhone based manga stores, as well as just manga being made available in lots of different ways. This is really growing. ASCII Media Works is now putting out a website which is going to be having English translations as well. I'm kind of interested as to why this is. It seems like it's all happening now. I mean, we've been building up for years and years, but all this pent-up demand for all this stuff, and it just seems like we've had kind of a long haul, and it seems like it's just everyone's piling on all at once. Why now? Why do you think that might be?
Because iPhones are popular now. I don't know. I don't even have an iPhone.
I mean, like, is this the whole Tokyo Thornton's thing, or is this the companies overreacting to the iPhone thing?
I don't think it's the Tokyo ordinance.
I wasn't. Sorry.
Is it the illegal manga online thing? Maybe.
Oh yeah. Sorry, my brain turned off. Okay, like I said last week, it's weird that it's kicking off now, but it's. I mean, for starters, that iPhone thing was a statement. It was like a sort of way to start a fire, I think. But I think what's happening is like this sort of happened before a few months ago. I can't remember who it was, but they said we're going to fight against the stream, and they like banned one site, and then nothing really happened. And it seems like a lot, especially with internet stuff. Like if we remember a few years back, about 4 years back, there was TV links, TV streams or something, one of the most used TV illegal sites. What happened was, what they did is they banned that, and they made a massive statement. They arrested the guy who made it, and they're trying to make a massive statement. You do a TV thing, you're illegal. And then what's happened is they haven't done anything for ages, and then only recently did they ban another one and do the same thing. It's just going to be a cycle of occasional thing, but it's because iTunes is so popular. It seems like a good statement to make if you take this much of a fuss about an iTunes thing.
So you think they're releasing all of this stuff legally as a statement against all of the illegal stuff out there?
Well, yeah. I mean, I think if we look at how Funimation do things, I mean, what they do is if you can post yourself doing something legal, it's extremely easy to rat out the people who are posting it illegally. I mean, because what Funimation ingeniously did is they pretty much put half their series streaming to places on YouTube, so that as soon as that happens, you can be called out because you know that this original person has posted something. So it's sort of like beating them to it, and I think it also makes a nice statement. I mean, you watch it legally, and then if you like the company, you give them money. It's sort of, but it's very odd that they're sort of doing it in this way. I really thought they were going to continue on with the whole ban people and sell DVDs, but the fact that they're streaming out seems it seems an interesting opposition. I'll give it that.
Fair enough. Speaking of opposition, one of the sort of more hilarious news stories of the week was this doujinshi about the Tokyo Youth Ordinance. For those who haven't seen the Rentenmei News Corner, basically several manga creators are getting together to make a doujinshi about the Tokyo Youth Ordinance Bill, and they're going to sell it at the next Comiket. Basically, it's going to be talking about the ordinance and what it means, and it'll be parodying the amendment. And they're going to have an English translation, which is nice. Apparently, they're going to also be writing essays, which will be translated in English and posted online.
Nice.
Yeah, I can't say I'm surprised.
Is this a piss take, or is it just to explain what it is?
I'm not sure. That's a very good question. I think it's kind of both. I mean, I think
the fact that they're releasing it at Comic-Con means they're obviously going to do something against the Youth Ordinance Bill, so it's going to be a piss take.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What I'm wondering where is the other. I mean, the thing is, Comic-Con is in Tokyo, so I suspect to a great extent this is going to be one of those things that they are going to want to just see how the Tokyo Prefectural Police respond. Are they going to march in there and just pull it? Although the other thing is that like they've said they're gonna put it online. They're gonna make it available on Amazon Japan and things like that. But there's a statement in here. The creators encourage readers to share the book as long as it is done non-commercially. Because if it's done the Tokyo Youth Ordinance Bill only targets things that are for sale or rent. So I wonder if they're going to provide it just sort of for cost, and that's kind of how they're going to get around the youth ordinance.
That's actually quite clever. I mean, considering that places like Comic-Con are the best ways to get free ones as well, are they selling it at Comic-Con, or if they're giving it out for free, Tokyo Police can't do anything.
Right.
So, and the fact is, if you're selling it online on Amazon, as long as you sell it to a different country, you're not affecting Tokyo, and therefore Tokyo Police can't do anything either.
Right.
So, as long as they put a placement blocker in terms of shipping just in Japan, then they will be completely scot-free.
Yeah.
It's like guerrilla manga warfare. That's brilliant.
It is.
That's actually a rather clever plan. I like that.
Let me see if I can throw up an image showing you what this actually, what this looks like. I have an image of the cover. It's slightly not safe for work, but got cute girls.
Yuck.
And clearly, they're trying to get across. This is the kind of thing the youth ordinance is against. So.
Yeah.
Who's that on the cover, that old guy?
I do not know.
Is he like the governor of Tokyo or something?
I suspect it is. Yes. Quite creepy, actually.
Yeah.
So, yes, it's certainly an interesting thing for them to try.
I think I do like the fact that, at least someone reasonably big, I say reasonably, I haven't really heard of them, I'm not a manga guy anyway, so, sorry. But, yeah, it's interesting that they're trying to do something like that. I'd actually be quite interested to see if, like the fact they're doing essays and stuff, I want to see, like, them do maybe a short, like, OVA or something. That'd be fantastic, wouldn't it?
That'd be quite interesting.
But, the fact that they're doing it at Comic-Con, I mean, and they're giving it out for free, so what you're doing is, you're definitely taking insult to injury, but then again, considering how vague the law is, you still are in a bit of danger.
Certainly, yeah.
This law can be manipulated very easily, even if it's for sale or rent. They could still find a method. So we're gonna have to wait. Comic-Con this year could be an interesting one. I haven't heard anything about announcements of Comic-Con this year, surprisingly, but I can tell you now that this could be the big story to see what happens.
Yeah.
So, tense Comic-Con for them this year. Good luck to them, but if you get off scot-free or not, it's going to be a worry.
Yeah, and certainly if not for everyone else at Comic-Con, the other hundreds and thousands of doujinshi authors, I'll be curious to see what they have available. And again, I'm not sure. Well, actually, no, it'll because I believe the law only focuses on commercial businesses, which you might be able to make a case for some of the larger doujinshi circles, the folks that are have a lot of titles, especially folks like Type Moon. But I'm sure the vast majority of folks at Comic-Con,
even though they're still pretty low down, they're not indie. They obviously worked with these people. What could happen is that it could go fine now, and it could be only a matter of time until it finds popular and one of their companies asks. And as soon as one of their companies asks the question, a major company's involved. And as soon as that happens, because these guys will have contacts. They have credentials.
Well,
So
I mean, I mean more the fact that most of the folks at Comic Cat are not going to get prosecuted under this law. They're just not commercial ventures. So, I don't think they're going to go after. I mean, I'm curious as to whether Comic Cat this year is going to be seriously affected by this law. But if it only goes after commercial entities, I think the vast majority of folks there aren't going to care. And those that do, okay, so that a couple of their titles they don't sell at Comic Cat.
Well, it could totally hold back some announcements, though. I mean, Gynax are usually at Comic Cat. I'm guessing they can't announce a certain panty talking about season 2 at Comic Cat. Hence, they're holding off a press conference because it seems rather well timed with these series. Normally, series like this end, and if they ask for a second series, then they're usually announced at Comic Cat. The fact that Gynax are putting a press conference up means that probably they understand there is a risk. Because no doubt where there will be press conferences, there will be early DVDs.
Yeah. Can I ask a question?
Sure.
About the youth ordinance bill? Because I've been looking up, because I don't really understand anything what it's about and stuff. I've only heard that they want to put an 18+ sticker on sexual, stuff. I don't know. I went onto this forum, and they said they won't allow school uniforms anymore to come in manga that are under 18.
That's bollocks.
Bollocks?
Yes.
Really? Good. I thought that was... really
yeah, the youth ordinance bill, from what I understand, and again, I'm a gaijin, the youth ordinance bill is specifically targeting saying commercial entities cannot sell or rent material that includes sexual or other content that would be illegal for someone under 18 unless they put like an 18+ sticker on it. That's pretty much all it says from what I understand. Now, there is certainly a certain amount of questionability there in terms of what that exactly means. But no, that's a ridiculous suggestion.
What they should do is just ban lolicon and rape, really.
Well, yeah, and that seems to be where they're trying to go. I mean, I'm kind of surprised they don't just say, look, if your material contains, what's obviously a 10-year-old girl, being raped, no, you cannot do that. But Japan has weird censorship laws.
I think someone that even wants to write about something like that is sick.
I'll make sure not to put you in my list. Nah, I'm kidding. I guess I'll agree. But I don't know. I mean, it's fine. I'm perfectly happy for people to attack the hentai and all that sort of thing because that needs to be attacked. But I mean, the problem is, no one is that worried about this law until everyone realizes the vagueness of it. Because until guidelines get passed, until we see what gets taken down, we can't pass judgment on whether it's a good law or not because it's so vague.
Yeah,
anything could be affected. I mean, for example, Kyokoi wa Hajime Mas, a guy gets accused of rape, and he's 16 now, and a very complex storyline process of that, and these two people have to split up because he's being accused, and he has to sort of not talk his way out of it, but has to sort of try and prove that it wasn't him.
Defend himself.
And and even though you never see it, the fact is it's been mentioned, and therefore these people are doing something supposedly inappropriate, but they're not doing something inappropriate. But this law is vague enough that I could easily pass this law on that and say it's bad, but I could easily say it's not bad as well. I mean, but the fact is, even though it's just an 18+ sticker, there's always going to be those ones that get banned. I mean, it's too easy for a government to do this, and banning is becoming increasingly prevalent with things like this. And once one place does it, its success rate could, depends on how well it's pushed and stuff, and we don't really know. But again, BBFC and such things are passed down also from these regulations as well. So we could be as affected as other people are from it because, of course, if they think it's 18, we have to put an 18 sticker on it as well.
Yeah.
It's
Um,